So here we are, fishing again. It's Sunday, February the 4th. It's a Clanfield club match today, a T-Haw trophy match, and I think this is the first one that I've put on the channel where we're going to be fishing for money. So this one's a little bit more serious. We're going to try and catch a few fish today. I've been okay with the draw actually. I've drawn a peg 6, which is just above High Bridge. I think we might have fished this before on one of our pleasure fishing videos. I didn't catch anything, but you know, today's a different day. Brewdog's in peg 7 just below me, so I'll have to be a bit careful how I feed it, otherwise I'll be feeding him. Dougie looks as though he's not even sat on his peg, but he's on peg 10, just around the corner there. I've been a bit careful today where I stick the camera, because when you're fishing for money it gets a bit more serious and the blokes might not like it, so I've just kept it at bay a little bit. I have got the scales today, so we are going to wander down, and I think I'm going to weigh down a 15A, which is Terry Martin. So we're going to have 6 or so people to weigh. I think there's about 14, 15 here. I'm not 100% sure, I didn't count them, to be honest. So we might see if anyone will go on camera, but don't be surprised if some don't. You know, not everybody wants to be in a bloody film. So before we had the draw today, Dougie, the chairman of the club, had a little bit of whip round for our old buddy Rob Lambourne, who obviously passed away in this fishing shop a couple of weeks ago. He's being cremated on the 20th of this month, I think. So we had a whip round. I think there was about 126 quid in the bucket that was around, and I think the club's going to put another 100 quid towards that to help pay for the funeral. So that's very generous of the club, and I'm sure the family and that will use the money well. Yeah, as normal, the wind is howling a blimmin' good un today. I've put the umbrella up because last night, the bloody cold returned last night and the cough. So, thought I'd put the umbrella up. The crap night last night. Cough that never goes. My apologies to all those from Tadpole who I didn't get on the yesterday's video that we stuck out. Me being me, I'd managed to hit the photo button and not the record button on all them lovely interviews I done, so we will go back to that another day when I'm up there. So this is a 10 till 3 match. I think it's about 10 to 10 till 3. Head down, see what we can get. Hopefully there'll be a couple of chub. I'm just going to fish bread mash today. I'm not overloaded with maggots actually. I've probably got might have 2.5 pints, might have. So it's 15 quid for this match each, so not a massive amount of money to win. The winner, I think they usually pay out top 4, so you might get 80 quid from the winner, 60, 50 and so on. So you're never going to become a millionaire from fishing these matches, so you've got to be a little bit careful on what you spend on bait. If you're spending 40 or 50 quid on bait, which a lot of blokes do, you know, you've got to try and win it, hence why it got a bit serious. But as I say, if you're trying to make any money at fishing on these matches, it's an absolute waste of time. But it's a pleasure and we enjoy it anyway. So out of the 15 quid, they take £3 it from each bloke, so that's be 12 quid to go in the pot. 3 quid would what they call a pegging fee, and that goes into the club's pot, and that help for pay for upkeep and rent and things like that. It's just a way of keeping money going into the club, because you've got to keep paying out all the things on to rent this river is not cheap. The upkeep of the track isn't cheap. Nothing is cheap. You need insurances from the Angling Trust to run these clubs. All different things. You all need things. We've got new scales that we got. In fact, they've given me a set of digi ones to try today, so I've got 2 sets of scales with me, a manual and a digital one. We'll have a look how we get on. I was a great pusher of the digital scales, But actually, when I've got my own set over the over the last 6 months, I'm not so sure. Maybe I have to backtrack a bit. But we shall see when we weigh in. Hopefully, we'll get a few different blokes on today who we ain't seen. Yeah, roll on 10 o'clock. So that's the first hour gone today. I've been feeding the bread slop and started on the feeder rod, bread feeder, with flake for half hour. Not had a touch yet. I'm just putting the bollo down there, right under that bridge. Putting the flake down. Not had a touch on that, to be honest with you, but I like to do it. Got to be a bit careful because Brewery's the other side of that bridge. Can't run it for 10 miles down there like I usually do. So got to be a little bit careful. But I'm right under that bridge. As I say, it's no touches of yet. So if you fancy joining Clanfield, it's at the minute it's 35 quid for a ticket, but you have to pay a tenner for the gate key, as there's 3 lock gates that go into these particular water, so it costs you 45 notes, and obviously cheaper if you're an OAP or a junior. I think juniors are free actually, as long as you're accompanied by an adult. The blokes are pretty good down here, to be honest. If you're a novice, they always pick you out and help you. I've seen some right novices come through over the years, and some of them are pretty handy fishermen now. When I come here I was absolutely rubbish. Not saying I'm any better now, but you know, little bits you pick up over the time. I think over the 7 years or so I've been here, I think I've only won 3 matches, maybe 3, and that's generous. They're just not easy to win. These anglers out here are so good. You get a fair few Matrix boys fishing, or ex-Matrix boys, and they know their stuff, their job to beat. So anyway, that's what I'm trying to do, trying to pick up a chub near that bridge today. I've been flicking out a few maggots also, so I should probably have a little go running the maggot down there in a moment. Not that I got a lot of maggots today actually. I've probably only got 2 pints, which is not a massive amount when you start to hammer them in, but I'm not sure when them old chub will be hanging around today, whether they're going to be in the slacks, because it's hammering through a bit, as you can see. And as per normal, it's blowing a hoolie, which is always the way whenever we go fishing. Got my old Aqualite 17 foot out today, which is nice. I must say, it's making it easy to run the old bollo down there. I would like the Abu closed face reel back on here, but unfortunately I haven't really had time to look at the handle that snapped the other week, or I don't know what to do, whether to buy a new handle or whether you can just buy the pins. It's something I hadn't looked into, so we're doing it with these, what these, I don't know what these reels are, Ninja reels, so they're okay. I just prefer a closed face reel when I'm doing this sort of work. So there you are, not had a bite, and we'll check back in about 20 minutes. That's the first hour over with. Believe it or not, I have hooked a fish right down the peg, but that is something I didn't expect to see today. A fish. Well, there you are, a lovely day at that. I'm going to have to put my keep net in now, because I wasn't going to put it in. Here's Brewdog. He's gonna weigh in. He's gonna weigh in all you Tadpole boys have been missing the brewer. Here he is.
Next week I'll be back.
He's coming back next week. So I just thought I'd finish off the end of this video with a catch-up reel of how the match went. I didn't really do much filming of the weigh-ins actually, because, well, I did, but that wind was so savage that it did not make good viewing, so I didn't put anything on there really. Anyway, I come down to where Perky won it off peg 21 with £17, and obviously it's a different day. It's a few days, well, it's nearly a week later, and as you can see, we've had a bit of a rain and everything's burst its banks, but I've got always prat around down here, so I thought I'd come down and have a look for something. So this was peg 21, and he was fishing, I would think, with his feeder under that bush over there somewhere. As you say, totally different day today. And I can't see us being down here for a few weeks again with the ground. Anyway, the competition on Sunday, that made it quite interesting, because Keith Daniels, who won the Clanfield points last season, he blanked off 38. And Mark Taylor, he caught £3 off a peg 24. So there's, I think Mark Taylor's leading the points by about 2 at the minute. I know they got cut a couple of matches off and do whatever they do to make up, but it makes it all for more very interesting. I think there's one more match to go on the 28th. So fair play to Perky sat here. That wind would have been straight in his face on that particular day, not like it is now, glorious sunny, straight in his damn face. And credit to him, he's had £17 off. You can't even see the tree now, but under that tree somewhere, this is this 21 wins a lot of matches. Get the right guy on it, on the right feed. I presume Perky was feeding chopped worm in his feed or something. I presume. I don't know. I never asked him, so I wouldn't be 100% sure. Gary Finley, he's come second. He's had £9 off down in peg 54, but he would have had the wind slightly on his back, so he'd have had it a little bit easier than Graham today. So that's it really. Just wanted to finish the video with that and just say what a difference 5 days makes. Look at that, awful. Thanks for watching, guys. So I eventually hooked into something else decent. Anyway, should give me a little bit more weight than that. He's not gonna, oh, it's not too bad. I thought he was bigger than that actually, but you know, every little helps. It's a nice little roach.